Bill 7 is a misplaced priority, especially at a time like this one. A constitution is the most important law in the country. But we have a government that has shown unprecedented levels of recklessness. Where they are treating something that is sacred, something very important that underpins all the fundamentals that have kept this country as a democracy for the past 60 years. They are playing with it. They are playing with power. So Bill 7 is an insult to the integrity of the Zambia making processes. And what we are seeing now is going to backfire. This regime is going to go in history as one of the most misdirected regimes that attempted to make a coup on the governance of this country.
So when you say they're playing with power, what exactly are you referring to there?
A constitution is not any other piece of legislation, any other piece of law. Every law has got its existence in the constitution. Even the president, for him to be president, it is declared of him to be a president because of the constitution. It gives him the power. So the constitution has got principles, fundamentals that have to be satiated for you to make any alteration. Take a book if you are and I want to change the constitution. That is not how it works. You can lead the country into a path that you fail to control. So they are playing with fire. A constitution is a serious document, and if you don't do it well, there are ramifications. You don't go away from it. It's not like privatization. You mess it up, you go, people deal with the rest. No, a constitution, you can lead the country in a path that a country cannot recover, not in your lifetime or in your children's lifetime. This is a very critical instrument. They are definitely, for those that are scholars in this, they know that there are fundamental principles that have to be satiated before you even attempt to alter a constitution. You don't just wake up. You have to make sure that there's popular sovereignty. A constitution is a document for every Zambian, by Zambian, in every country that we have, especially in a country like Zambia, where we have a written constitution, a codified constitution, like the way the Americans have, in a specific document. If you have to change that, number one, you should make sure that there's popular sovereignty. It's not a change that should be spearheaded by a few ambitious people to meet their own agenda. Number two, there should be rule of law. It should not be done haphazardly as the whim feels. No, to allow Stephen. No, there should be people should confine themselves to the dictates of the law. Number three, need for consensus-based. It's not your household rooted duty rota of Nanwala Piankale Skembare. No. This is a fundamental law of the land. Everybody should be involved. You don't should say that, no, I heard what this gentleman Simue was saying. No, we are doing minor. There is nothing minor. No, minor amendments. There's nothing like minor amendments in the constitution. There is nothing minor. Who took a constitution? No, minor. How can a clause in the constitution be called minor? It means the people even lack the gravitas, the appreciation of the content. So there is need for consensus-based. Other stakeholders should agree that if it were a change, that is one other thing. It should be inclusive. It's not a UPND document. It's not a UPND and their friends document. There should be the churches involved. They're supposed to agree. The CSOs, civil society, should agree. The ordinary Zambians should agree. And finally...
and more inclusive... okay, just finish your point before I throw this in.
And final one, it should be a transparent process. The means to the end matters more than the end. How you arrive at the constitution, it should be transparent. It should be one that can be audited. It should be transparent, not to about boom. We are going to prepare. I'm going to show you an analysis, show you how, for instance, Mwanawasa, who was a respected state council, gave us a roadmap of not only 2 days, a roadmap of 5 years, 3 months to change a constitution.
Right, and that's what my next question was going to be to you, Mr. Mwenda. What do you make of the roadmap? Because even if when you look at the headline of the roadmap, fair, more equitable, more inclusive. I mean, those are the words there that were used. So what do you make of the roadmap? And looking at the month we're in right now, the 25th June, we'll see the presentation of the bill to Parliament.
Hope. I'm here, I'm sitting, and I'm looking at the roadmap. I feel it's an insult. Tatua temwe chalo, kukukana temwe chalo chenuku. Kwangaloko. And using the words like inclusive, Shani, by UPND, Zambia. Just because you have used the word inclusive doesn't mean you are inclusive. Just because you are at no transparent, that doesn't make you transparent. You shall know them by their fruits. Filamode Panga Constitution, are you transparent? Who even knows? To actually perfect, boom, there's a draft constitution. If it were Dabwa, who even made that draft constitution? If you look at the roadmap for the UPND that they have said they're going to change the constitution, I've seen they're saying it's a 9-step. These are not even 9 steps. This is just a one leap. They say on 26th March, Minister update Parliament. This is not even part of the process. Update on what? That we are going to start. That doesn't start the process. The process actually starts on the 22nd of April. Electoral Reform Committee report on delimitation of constitution. By how do you even start the process with delimitation before you even give us what you want? So you see the process that they have given up as a roadmap starts on the 22nd of April and it ends at 22nd of July. So April, May, June, July, 4 months.
It's actually 25th July for the third reading of the bill.
Yeah, I mean, that's third reading. I went because in Shina Muletaka, the 22nd reading. So this is they are trying to put time. The time they are doing the second reading here, we already have a document. But anyway, granted, let's go to 25th. Let's give them 2 more days. 25th. So you start the constitution making process. You know, it doesn't matter whether you are changing a part, it's constitutional making. So you start on 22nd, corrupt, said you will change the constitution in 5 years. In 4 months, he says you want to change the constitution. Same constitution, you see, by April 2007, see an alternative roadmap. Wala basanga na kuisani, ba mano kaikwatire. Vonse ni beve chabe. Plani banaipanga oyamba no siriza. They did everything. But look what is happening to Mwanawasa here. In December 2006, he announces the process. He gives it 5 years. He's countered by who? He's countered by the civil society under the Oasis Forum. Say, if we want to do it in 71 weeks, which translates in 1 year, 1.5 years. 1 year, 6 months. You know what happens? They do not end there. By May 2007, political parties engage in internal consultation to seek ways of breaking the deadlock. So kwabako na deadlock. Kwabako, but civil society representing the people saying, no, as we want to do it in 1 year, 6 months. The government is saying we want to do it in 5 years. There is a deadlock. The government does not bulldoze, say, no, in a boma, no. They say, okay, since there's a deadlock, let's discuss. They discuss, you know what they did? They reach a compromise. That's what civilized people do. You don't bulldoze on the constitution because you need stakeholder engagement. You see that by June 23rd of 2007, this is a process that started in 2006, 2007 July, NCC formed, stakeholders agreed to compromise. They even make a bill by 2007, by September, they even have a bill they are ushered in. So now you see government and the civil society coming together, working, presenting a bill, say, okay, tuarachi control lashani. They together made what became to be known as NCC. I was invited to go to attend to the NCC, even as a unionist. So you see, you create a body, you bring in people. Is this happening under the Hakainde Hichilema regime?
So you don't feel this bill aligns with the principles of economic freedom and justice?
That's why I'm aware those can't come from the UPND. They don't know what even that means. They don't know. They don't know what they're talking about. Them, all that they want is each constitution thing sign. Chingati power wine. Okay, so what do? We need to bring in more number. They are premeditated, they are motivated by their actions. You can read that they are motivated by serious greed. If you roadmap by UPND, it's a joke. There is nothing, there's no content. I'm a lawyer and I'm trying to see sense here. There is nothing here. This is a joke of the century. This is a joke. Compare it to what Mwanawasa made. Here, the steps they're giving us are steps that will happen in Parliament.